What happens after your GP appointment? What can you expect?
Well, it kind of depends on what you decide with your GP and what the outcome of your appointment is. Now, the important thing is that you come away with some sort of plan. So if you've been started on a treatment, what you want to know is, well, how am I going to be monitored and when do I need to come back to review my treatment? If you haven't been started on treatment, it's good to know, well, when do I come and see you again to discuss how things are going? And because you might decide later on that you need to be started on something. And likewise, if you've been referred to someone, it's good to know, well, how long am I going to wait? And where can I go in the meantime to get help?
I remember when I went to see my GP, I used to go away and maybe a couple of weeks later I wanted to go back, but I thought, oh, the GP's not going to want to see me again, you know, I feel like I'm wasting their time. But that's not the case, is it?
I think it's so vital that people know that if you're in between appointments, if you feel like you need to be seen sooner, you can go sooner. There's not a time limit on how often you can go to see your GP. What you want to do though is only go when you have to, and use it in the right way. And remember that there are, if you need information, there's other places that you can go to. Firstly, I would say, think about those around you. So your friends and your family, is there any way that they can support you? Would it help you to talk to them? And likewise, they might want to be involved. If you're at school or uni, there may be a counselling service or a support service there, a youth worker that you might be able to talk to. And also there are other services out there, so online services, where you can go and get information and advice, and even helplines like Samaritans and Mind, that you can speak to someone on the telephone and get the help that you need.
When you're going online, how do you know you're getting information that's accurate and trustworthy?
That's one of the dangers of the internet, because there's so much information out there, you don't know whether what you're reading is reliable. And it's important to go to a trustworthy source. So any of the NHS websites, so NHS Choices, that's trustworthy, it's reputable, and it's written by professionals. If you go to a reputable organisation like Mind or The Site or YouthNet, places like that, you know that this is from a professional source and you can trust that information. Be very careful when it comes to non-verified sites or people's personal experience. That's their own story and it may not necessarily apply to you, and it may not be relevant to you. So just always make sure where you're going is a reliable source.